Hello and welcome to the SCLD podcast. My name is Erin Dodge and I'm here with the Spokane County Library District, and today I'm talking to Gwendolyn Haley about something exciting that library customers can get at the library. It's the Spokane Symphony passes.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about the passes and who can get them and what do they get to see and all of that good stuff.
So we partner with the Spokane Symphony, who graciously gives us an in-kind donation, so we can offer as many tickets as we do. And the passes are available 30 days before the specific concert event.
Okay.
And then you can reserve up to 4 passes at a time. So the idea is like a family could attend together potentially. And so you just go to our website at www.scld.org.
Yes.
And then it's /cultural passes.
I think we're just going to go ahead at scld.org/symphony. We'll take them right where they need to go.
Where they do. Yeah. Great. And you find those on our website, and you reserve that pass on our website. And like I said, you reserve up to the number you need. So if there's just 2 of you going, or if there's 3 of you going, or 4 of you going, you would just specify.
Or you can go by yourself.
And it's a free pass. You take that printed pass and present it to the box office at the Symphony. And you can even do it like by 2 o'clock on the day of the concert. And all of our they're all Masterworks concerts. And they're the Sunday matinee. Which is lovely. So those are at 3 o'clock performances typically.
And the good thing about it being on Sunday is free street parking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always, I have the app for parking downtown now, the whatever that is, so I just put in but if you can just park for free.
Yeah, it's really lovely. And it's nice because then you're running in, if you're taking your children, you're not running into bedtimes and things like that.
Yes.
So we're really excited. They have a wonderful lineup this year, and there's selected concerts that they're sharing with our Spokane County Library District customers.
The Masterworks are always great. I feel like
really
it's
are.
Just, I feel so much when I hear the music.
Yeah, so they're providing Masterworks 2, which is Rachmaninoff special, and then the principal flutist from the Seattle Symphony will be playing some things by a composer named Nielsen, and then that's Sunday, October 9th. So that'll be the first one. Tickets, passes will be available on our website sometime probably on Sunday, which is like the 11th. So, and you can reserve those. And then the next one is actually pretty exciting for people who are longtime Spokane residents. On October 23rd, again, Sunday at 3 p.m., Fabio Michetti will be the guest conductor. And those of us who've lived in Spokane a while remember that he was a previous conductor and a music director for the Spokane Symphony. So, and people really loved him, and they're happy to have him
coming back home for a little bit.
A little bit of a homecoming, so that's exciting. And then the last Masterworks one will be Sunday, November 13th. And it's called Fire and Ice, and it includes Grieg's Piano Concerto, and then some things from an American composer, Stephen Montague. Or Montag, I'm not sure the pronunciation of his name. And that'll be Sunday, November 13th at 3 p.m. The great thing about these concerts, too, is that the Symphony provides a free lecture right before the performance. And that's so exciting because you get to hear the director talking about the piece and sharing a little bit of the background.
I recommend anybody to get there early, not just, also for that, but sometimes they'll have a little side mini concert in part of the foray or the entry of into it, like and then there's it's a whole experience. You can see people in fancy dress sometimes, or in jeans and t-shirts. It's all a mix. You can wear whatever you want, and then you can get drinks. You can get
they have
beverages,
and some snacks, and of course the Fox Theater itself is just like a jewel box of a location in Spokane. And
that's a great way to describe it. A jewel box.
It's so beautiful. And again, for those of us who lived in Spokane long enough, remember back in my college days, it was a discount movie theater.
What?
Yeah, the Fox.
Did it look like it?
It was not as beautifully restored as it is now, but it actually was a movie theater, and they had a big theater on the main floor and then 2 in the balconies. So every time my husband and I go back, because that was a good date back when we were in college, $1.50 movie at the Fox, and we walk in, we're like, how could this be the same place? It's so lovely. It's really a beautiful spot. And then the last thing for this year, for this calendar year,
which is exciting,
is the Nutcracker. So it's the State Street Ballet of Santa Barbara in California. It comes and does the Nutcracker with the Spokane Symphony.
So you get kind of a double, because you get to hear the symphony, the music for the Nutcracker, and you get to watch the ballet.
Yeah, and that's December 1st, and it's their Thursday evening performance. It's at 7:30 p.m.
Okay.
It's such a great show, and it's a great one to introduce your kids to the ballet. And really, part of the reason the symphony is partnering with us to provide this is we wanted to make sure that these cultural opportunities were available to everybody in the community, and to introduce people to how enjoyable live music is. If you have a child who is in band or starting to play an instrument, taking them to hear the symphony and to hear what these musicians are capable of doing.
Yes.
There's something about a live performance. It's just so engrossing, and I forget that because I listen to music in the car all the time, but there's something about being there and hearing and watching the whole symphony work together.
And they're all together, and it's so beautiful. And
and the venue, it's such an experience, and it's really wonderful. And so we're thrilled to partner with the symphony. And I will say, I'm very proud of our library for this. I do believe that we are the only library in the country that has this kind of partnership with their local symphony. I think everybody should.
Sure.
But it's so lovely that they're willing to work with us like this, and they have a long track record of supporting music education in Spokane for students. But this is just another opportunity. And if you haven't been to the symphony in a long time, it's a great thing to take. If you've got older relatives, it's a great activity to do together, and take your younger kids. It's something to just enjoy by yourself if you're so inclined, and treat yourself. But we're so thankful and appreciative of the Spokane Symphony as a partner in this, but also just the music that they bring to our community and the opportunity to participate.
So I had never been to a symphony before, and I think maybe the first or second year that we had offered the passes, I went and took a friend and a couple. I actually took 3 friends, I think my preconceived notion of symphony was it's pretty fancy, like maybe too fancy for me, right?
Right.
But it's not.
It's just beautiful music.
And like the music really affects me. Like I really can feel, and it's the music that they play is so beautiful and dramatic, and it could be haunting, it could be lovely, it could be sentimental, it can be sad, it could be happy, it could be flamboyant. I mean, it obviously depending on what they're playing and which composer, but it's always an emotional experience that I think I didn't know I was missing until I went.
Right, because really, when was the last time, any of us have gone? Well, especially, frankly, after the last couple of years, we've missed a lot of live music events. But and I think just getting to share, there's something about being in the audience with all of these people who are all experiencing all of the things that you said, all of those emotions, all of that, all together as a community. And there's something really wonderful about that, because it's not just me by myself with my really good headphones on, engrossed in the music. It's a shared experience, and there's something uniquely human about that shared experience, because we're all swept along by the music, and it's fascinating to watch, and even just to kind of pick out, like, oh, that's what an oboe sounds like, oh, that's what that, because when you see it live and you can pick out which instruments are playing and kind of go, oh, that sound, even if it's a familiar piece, you might realize, like, I didn't realize that was the cello doing that in that moment.
I didn't grow up with a lot of classical music, so none of it's very familiar. So when I go to like a rock concert or something, like I've heard those songs a million times on the radio, or I've played them on my Spotify, whatever. So I know what I'm getting, but I feel like this is it's a surprise and a lovely one.
I know,
I started listening to instrumentals now, instrumental music, classical music, when I'm working, and I just need sort of to hear something in the background while I'm doing work. So
True confession.
Yes.
A lot of classical music I am familiar with solely because of the old Bugs Bunny cartoons. Should I admit that? But it's true. do. And
Yeah,
now I
yeah.
was the last symphony I was at. I was listening to a piece of music, and I thought, this is so familiar. Why is it so familiar? And I realized I heard it. It was on like a TikTok reel that I kept
Oh,
seeing over and over again.
wow.
People reusing that same piece of music. So really, my point, and I did have one, is that it's surprising where you'll kind of find that point of connection. Like
Yes.
this piece of music I have heard
Oh,
in
for
this
sure.
instance. And so, yeah, it's a great introduction to the symphony. And again, the symphony's very affordable. This makes it free, so
Yes.
it's a great way to try it out and
Just
see if
need
it's
your
something
library
you want to
card.
try. Yeah, you just need your library card. You do have to be a Spokane County Library in-district resident
Okay.
to use the card, which means that you live within the county of Spokane.
Excuse me while I have a drink of
Sorry.
water.
Outside of the city limits of Liberty Lake and outside the city limits of the city of Spokane. Yeah, but other than that, it's free. And again, you do need to print the pass, and you do have to exchange your
You have
pass
to go
for
into
the
the
number of
box
tickets.
office and get the tickets.
But the
yes.
box office is open before the performance, so you could actually pick them up even at 2 o'clock on the Sunday of the concert.
Great.
As long as you pick them up by 2 o'clock.
And then Nutcracker, you
before.
gotta, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Before that,
at
yeah.
6:30, the box office is always open at least an hour before the performance, and so pick them up and then just go right in.
What a great program. Thank you, Gwendolyn, for bringing the program to the library, to our customers, to you at home.
Oh, I hope you enjoy it. It's going to be a good
And
season.
yeah, so make sure you head onto our website, reserve a symphony pass for any of these great symphony performances coming up, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks.